Alright, now we're going to do perimeter, circumference, and area. So let's start with perimeter. So let's say we have a pool, or garden or something, whatever. It makes a rectangle. And let's say this is 8 feet by 10 feet. And we want to put a walkway around this that is 3 feet wide. So you have to think when we do this, it's going to be 3 feet wide on all sides. So if we wanted to know the perimeter of that, we have to add 3 feet to every side to get our perimeter. So that 10 side would be 10 plus 3 plus 3, so that would be 16. And the other side would be 8 plus 3 plus 3, which would give us 14. So to get our new perimeter, we would add 16 plus 14 and multiply it by 2. So 16 plus 14 would give us 30, times 2 would be 60. And since it's perimeter and it's feet, it'd be 60 feet for our perimeter. Alright, now let's do some circumference and area of a circle. So circumference equals 2 pi r. So in this case our radius is 4 5/10. And we're just going to leave this in terms of pi. So we'd have 2 times pi times 4 5/10. So 2 times 4 1/2 would give us 9. So our circumference would equal 9 pi. And if you needed to do an estimate, you just do 9 times 3.14. But we don't need to do that in this case. Area equals pi r squared. So our area would equal pi times 4 5/10 squared. So you just do the 4 5/10 squared, which gives us 20 25/100, or 20 1/4 pi. And let's get that units. Let's say it's inches, so it'd be inches squared since it's area. And the first one would be 9 pi inches. Alright, next we need to find the perimeter of ABC. A is at negative 2, 1, B is at negative 1, 3, C is at 3, 1. And I brought in the coordinate plane just so you can see it on there. So negative 2, 1 is 1 point. Negative 1, 3. And then 3, 1. So you can see this isn't a right triangle. But we can find one of the distance. We can find the distance from A to C. Pretty easy. So negative 2 to 3, that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So AC equals 5. Now to find AB and BC, we're going to have to do the Pythagorean Theorem. So A to B, that'd be 1 on your X, 2 on your Y. So that'd be the square root of 1 squared plus 2 squared. And this is for AB. And then for BC, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 on our X and 2 on our Y. So that would be square root of 4 squared plus 2 squared. So just use your calculator, work that out. So the square root of 1 squared plus 2 squared is going to give us about 2 2/10. And we can just round. And then the square root of 4 squared plus 2 squared is going to give us about 4 5/10. So to find our perimeter, we just add these up. So 2/10 plus 5/10 would be 7/10. And then 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 2 is 11. So that our area, or our perimeter, sorry, would be about 11 7/10. Alright, now we have a rectangle, and we need to find the area of the rectangle in yards square. Our dimensions are 4 yards by 5 yards. Well, if we need it in yards, we need to convert the 5 feet into yards. So 5 feet equals how many yards? Well, there's 3 yards in a foot, so we're going to divide it by 3. So 5 divided by 3, it's going to go in there 1 with 2 left over. So we can change that 5 feet to 1 2/3. To find our area, we're just going to multiply 4 times 1 2/3, which is going to equal 20 thirds. 3 goes into 26 times with 2 left over, so it's 6 2/3. 3 got a little crazy there. So our answer would be 6 2/3 yards squared. Alright, one more example of area, and this is a composite figure. So when you find the area of this, so you can break this up into different rectangles, and it's just however you see it. So I'm going to draw a line in here and one in here to find this. So our first rectangle here, call this 1, 2, and 3. That's pretty simple. It's just a 5 by 2. So 1 would just be 5 times 2, which equals 10. For number 2, we don't know the length down here. So we need to find that length in order to find that. Because we know the side would be the 5 plus the 3. So we know we have an 8. And then to figure out the other one, we have a 2 and a 3, which make 5. And the whole length is 8. So it would be 8 minus 5, which would give us 3. So that's an 8 by 3 rectangle. 8 times 3 is 24. And then the last one is just a 3 by 7. 3 times 7 equals 21. So to find the area, we just add this up. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2, 2, 1 is 5. So our total area equals 55 units, since we weren't given units.